Mike doesn't know shit.
Mike told me Scott Tenorman Must Die is not like a top 3 episode.
I mean,
It's up there.
Top 5? Top 3?
per laughs, it's not. But just because of how sadistic it is.
Right. It doesn't have to be for laugh. I'm talking about for the overall
Jokes
episode
per
itself.
Laughs per jokes.
I mean,
The
the
ratio?
Radiohead as guests.
Brother, the fucking he tries to train a pony to fucking bite some guy's dick off.
He tries to sell his
Hey.
pubes.
Whenever you want to start, Keith. Oh, let me do my countdown. Are you guys ready?
We entertain and analyze.
Michael!
5, 4, 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, how the hell are we doing today? My name is Fick, and you are tuned in to the fourth edition of the Go Fick Yourself podcast. Go Fick Yourself podcast is presented by FATstats. Mikey, let them know what that is.
Yo, FATstats analyzes and entertains and analyzes the game of football. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Shout out FATstats.
Where can you find them?
You mean how?
Yeah. What's the handles?
At @FAT_team stats.
If you want to send us an email, you can send us an email too at fatteamstats@gmail.com. We are always accepting emails and your concerns. But so how's everybody doing tonight? No, you can't really answer that question because you're not here. Today we have a special guest, Chase Cachillo. It's my first friend when I moved down to Florida. Still friends to this day. Chase, tell him what's up.
What's up, guys? It's Chase.
So right beforehand, we also got Mike. Mike's in the house. He just told you what FATstats is. Guy from the couch is back this episode too. Kyle, tell him what's up.
Hey guys, I'm here to stay, you know?
Okay, maybe he won't be on the couch anymore. We'll see. Unfortunately, Vinny and James are not here today. One's at work, one's at a hockey game. Can't win them all, boys. So we could get right into it. We've been talking for the last couple of hours about Kanye West. We all love him. We all think he is a phenomenal musician. Transcends genre, makes amazing music. And we were just talking about our favorite album from him. And a lot of people have a consensus of the same one. I feel like I'm the only one who's outside of the norm on that top album.
I would disagree on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously
No, I meant
everybody's top is going to be
No.
different. I would say a majority of people would have.
I'm talking about like us as friends, as our friends, our group of friends. I feel like I'm the only one whose favorite isn't My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Yes.
You were the trailblazer on having Graduation as your favorite Kanye.
Mike, Mike, what's your favorite Kanye?
Probably Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Bob?
Dark Twisted.
Okay, so I guess I am. I don't know. That album just meant a lot to me.
I played all the lights at my wedding.
That is true. That is true. Great song too. Killed it with the dance moves. That was what, 2 years ago and 2 days ago, man. Shout out Bob and Kristen. Happy anniversary, belated. We were all there. We were all groomsmen. Kyle was the best man. Shout out Kyle.
Shout me out.
Shout out Kyle's speech.
Good speech, man. Great speech from the hot.
I choked up.
Right
from the hot. I wrote it that morning.
From the heart.
From the hot.
You did well.
Thank you.
He was so nervous, though.
Yeah, I was shaking. I'm not a public speaker.
Do you remember at one point when I was going to be your surrogate and deliver the speech for you?
No. I hadn't even had a drink yet, and the DJ walks over to me. He's like, "Hey, you're the best man, right?" I was like, "Yeah, why?" And he just hands me the microphone. He's like, "You're on in about 2 minutes." I was like, "Nah, bro, we're not doing that yet. You're gonna have to wait on that." He's like, "Oh no, we're doing it. So do what you got to do."
Get this man some shots.
And I grabbed a drink and I left the room and I turned around and there was about 15 people with drinks behind me shoving in my face, and I delivered my speech, and I think I made a couple people cry.
I meant in like the days leading up to the wedding, the weeks leading up, when you knew you had to give a speech, we kept making the joke like you would write it, and I would just like, "Hi guys, I'm Kyle's surrogate."
Yeah, okay.
Known Bob since 7th grade, and yeah, that would have been funny. But yeah, good time at that wedding, man. Shout that out. At that golf club, that was pretty cool. Took pictures on the golf course and shit.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty cool.
Good times. But back to the Kanye thing. Yeah,
Well-
it's weird because I just Graduation it came out like the year I graduated high school, so maybe that has something to do with it. There's every song on that CD. You could listen to it front to back, back to front. I don't feel that way about My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. It falls off after Hell of a Life. Like those might be Kanye's two worst songs right after Hell of a Life. Blame Game and Lost in the World.
You're crazy. Blame Game is fire.
The Snow.
Yeah, you and Chase are way out of.
No.
You're way off on that. I know
Look,
Chase
Best
hates
part
that
of that song
but
is Yeezy Taught Me. That's the best part of the song.
that's the worst part of the song. That's the reason why you can't play that song over and over again because you have to skip through all that.
No, you gotta listen to it's.
With the bezel?
Look, Kanye has so many albums that are so great that I judge his albums on if they have skippables. And My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, to me, has 2 skippables. Now, that's saying that 3 of the songs on there would probably be in my top 10 Kanye songs, which would probably be So Appalled, Monster, and I'm forgetting one.
Devil?
Devil in a New Dress. Thank you, Keith. Rick Roth's best verse, by the way. But it does have 2 skippable songs to me, which are Lost in the New World and Blame Game. And that's it. I mean, they just don't hold up to me.
But with that being said, it still is your favorite Kanye album. And it's not taking
No,
away
no, no,
from...
no, no.
Oh, it's not your favorite?
No,
Kanye
no,
album?
no. Yeezus is my favorite Kanye album.
Oh, wow. I thought it was My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
No, I think I've been
Yeezus
pretty
is,
clear that
he's
Yeezus has been.
He's been pretty clear on that.
and Yeezus is my least favorite Kanye album. And that's not taking anything away from Yeezus. It's still a phenomenal album. It probably would be in my top 50 albums of all time. It's not...
Look, it's 10 songs, 40 minutes total.
It packs a punch.
It packs a punch. His most compact, his most concise, clear message to me musically.
But it's also the most erratic and off the wall too, I feel, at the same time. But I mean, that's what happens when you're such a great musician and you're able to transcend time and space, I feel like, and just be able to advance the times and be ahead of the curve at every single twist and turn. It's just amazing because, I mean, like, we all wait for bated breath for Kanye's albums. Like, we all like can't wait. Like, when's the next one coming? When's the next one coming?
Look, to me, Kanye is.
I'm starting to fiend for a new Kanye.
That's what I'm saying. It's been 2 years.
To me, I'm gonna just say it. He's the best musical artist, group, band since the Beatles. Now, shout out to Prince.
At least our generation.
R.I.P.
You know, he's obviously a better musician, but his discography does not hold up like Kanye's does.
Well, yeah, Prince did have a few albums that were ho-humish.
Stevie Wonder as well. Like, I think he's a genius. Prince is a genius.
Stevie Wonder's fell off.
But they have misses in their discography. Kanye simply does not.
Banger. Banger. Banger.
So when you type in Kanye on iTunes, the top 10 it shows you there's 3 from Graduation and 2 from Dark Twisted.
But the 3 from Graduation, it's Stronger, Can't Tell Me Nothing, and Good Life, right?
Stronger, Good Life, and Flashing Lights.
Okay. Well, you have to understand, like, Stronger and Good Life, like, blew Kanye up. Like, those are the songs that, like, yeah, he was famous and everybody knew who he was, but those put him on another level where people were like, holy shit, this guy knows, like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's his first, like, complete album where he got what he wanted to do out. Like, every song is different. Every song has its own vibe to it. And that's why I really like the album.
If you go by Kanye's discography and just look at each album, they're constantly sonically changing. Like, obviously, College Dropout went from the sped up soul samples to Late Registration, and he flipped it on his head with all strings, violins, quartets,
Dark sound.
baroque pop. Like, it was a complete 180 from what he did with College Dropout, which was so shocking.
And then the Graduation sound was different than that. And then he came right with 808s, which sounded nothing like anything before that.
I mean,
And then he
808s,
goes-
he's taking 80s synthwave pop.
And then he goes, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna blow the game up. I'm just going to drop something that nobody will ever. I mean, he said it back. Like, this is what he said. Somebody said, how do you feel about, Nicki Minaj having the best verse on Monster, and he said something to the effect like, "Oh, she had the best verse on the best song on the best CD in the last 25 years or something like that."
Well, he debated taking her off because her verse was so much better than he expected. He was legitimately going to take her off the
Did
song.
you know that Sci-Hi wasn't supposed to be on So Appalled? That Kanye like left the studio and Sci-Hi was in the booth and he just recorded his verse and left it on there. And Swiss was like, "Yo, I don't think Kanye is gonna like that." And he's like, "Yo, just leave it, and if he doesn't like it, we'll cut it off." And Kanye fucked with it and left it on.
And that's another thing about Kanye. I feel like he always gets the best out of each artist that he features on his songs.
But why didn't he leave Chance on Waves?
Hey, Chance was feeling it.
Oh, he
Chance
should have left.
fought to keep it on.
Right, but
Life
he
of
should have
Pablo.
but he took Chance's verse off. Chance had a verse on Waves.
But Chance also convinced Kanye to leave the song on Life of Pablo.
That was the
Waves?
yeah.
Yeah.
Were you gonna say
Waves
something?
is one of the best songs on.
Yeah,
this
Kanye
album.
was taking it off Life of Pablo, and Chance was like, "Hey, can you picture me dancing to this song?" And Kanye's like, "Oh shit, yeah, let me leave that on there."
What happened? Wasn't there a song that Andre 2000 was supposed to be
30
on, or
hours.
was it just?
30 hours.
Now, was he cut from there, or is he in there somewhere?
Oh, that's his part. 30 hours.
That's it.
Three
He was-
stacks. Can you help me
I read
out?
somewhere that he was supposed to rap, and then he just like at the last minute, Kanye just decided to have him just do like backup vocals or something.
There's probably in the vault. There's a 30 Andre verse on there somewhere.
Paul Wall.
I mean,
So I was, after our discussion, I was going through some of his albums, and I put Life of Pablo pretty low on the list. It's really tough for me. I honestly think I might have it too low. Part of me wants to put it above Graduation.
There's no wrong
But
answer, Kyle.
I know, but my reasoning behind that is, if you listen to all of the music that's out right now, it's so far off from everybody else, and it's still like, I can't stand the music that's out
but
now,
listen,
and he's just on his own wavelength.
back-
And
go back to 2007 when Graduation came
no,
out.
no doubt.
And listen to Yup in My White Tee and Oh, I Think They Like Me and Shake That Laffy Taffy.
that was
and then
before then.
I'm just saying, like, but that was that era, that was that time frame, and then all of a sudden you have, do you realize?
Well, look, the first time I think
champion. Never.
the first
like-
time I listened to College Dropout, I think I was in 9th grade, sitting in my digital technology class, and I think I listened to it probably, I don't know, over 100 times. That's all I did in that class was listening to College Dropout.
I remember when Late Registration came out and Vince wasn't convinced yet. A friend of ours, Vince, he wasn't convinced that Kanye was good enough, so he had to listen to the album first before he bought it. And I had it on bootleg, and I played it for him the night before it came out, and he was like, went crazy. He was
Oh,
like, all right, never again do I ever have to listen before I buy one of this.
Oh, no doubt. Let it be known that we did take school off to celebrate the release of Late Registration. Like, we did skip school just to go to Target and get that album.
Oh, Circuit City. Shout out Circuit City, bro.
Hey, it's coming back.
Two of my top 5
Is it really?
songs.
Circuit City is coming back, guys. Look it up.
Yeehaw. 2 of my top 5s are on Late. Hey Mama and Roses. I can listen to those 2 songs on repeat all
I
day.
can't listen to Hey Mama again.
Roses is a beautiful song.
It's
Oh,
it's,
yeah. I know it's past visiting hours.
Can
I
I
mean,
please give her these flowers?
That's why I thought it was weird when I said to you, like, hey, I could put that album interchangeable with My Beautiful Dark Twist. It's like Chase's favorite Kanye album is my least favorite. And to me, that it
I
doesn't
mean,
mean
this
that.
is subject to change, too. It changes constantly.
Like, to me, Graduation will always be my favorite. And then after that, it could literally go to anything else. Like, tomorrow, Yeezus could be my second favorite album. Because Yeezus has probably one of my favorite Kanye verses of all time. New Slaves?
It's the greatest verse of all time, according to Kanye.
Yeah, debate it. But I mean, the man's a goat. Like he just knows how to use people. Like he sampled Young Jeezy's voice. Other people would have had Young Jeezy be on their song. He was like, nah, I'm just gonna sample your voice. Is that cool? Jeezy was like, yeah, whatever.
Shout out Zach Galifianakis for that video.
That video was great. He redid the Can't Tell Me Nothing video in the backwoods on a tractor. And classic.
Well, the one video with Seth Rogen and
Oh, Bound
James
to.
Franco. I can never listen to that song the same again.
I've never seen it.
Bound to.
Should I see the video?
Well,
I
you have
love
to
that
watch
song.
the original video. Is him and Kim. They're just basically on like a camel. like a horse.
And wait,
right?
and then James Franco and Seth Rogen do the same
Yeah.
thing. Get
Can't
the
believe you've
fuck
never
outta
seen
here.
that.
No, I've never seen that, yo. That's funny as shit. That's funny. Good times. But yeah, man, Kanye's that dude, man. We could change the topic. I feel like we've been talking about Kanye for like the last 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Something I'm excited about real quick. I shout it out like I do every week. Elimination Chamber's coming up this Sunday. Got your first ever all women's Elimination Chamber match for the women's title. Should be a good one.
Now, is for us uneducated or out of the loop on the WWE, is Mrs. Rousey going to be on that?
She's going to be at the show. She's signing her official contract for Monday Night Raw. This is a Raw exclusive pay-per-view event. And Ronda will be there to sign the contract. But I'm excited for the women's Elimination Chamber match. I feel like the title's going to switch hands. I don't know who it could go to. It might go to Snoop Dogg's cousin. She might win the title.
Jesus, I'm so out of the loop
Yeah,
on the WWE.
I haven't watched
Sasha
wrestling.
Banks. She's the boss. Boss time. She's not my favorite in the match. Bailey, she's my favorite, but Bailey's not going to win. Sasha probably win. If not, then the champ will keep
Is
it.
that Trish Stratus?
I don't know what you're basically talking like trigonometry.
No,
I
but
don't
I'm
know
talking to
what you're
people
talking
who
about.
who if they listen and they're fans of the WWE, they'll know what I'm
Are you
talking about.
excited for Rousey to start
I don't know,
wrestling?
no, because I don't know. It's weird because you feel bad for all the other girls who have been there and put their time in and put their work in, and now they're just going to give her this big push.
Well, you were a huge Rousey fan when she
Right.
was in UFC.
I am a huge Rousey fan, but at the same time, it's just like you feel bad for all the other superstars who have been there for the last 3-4 years trying to make a name for themselves, and this girl just literally goes straight to the top.
Yeah, there's
Doesn't
no way
have to
they're-
go through the developmental programs like all of them had to do for years. There's a girl, she's in the WWE now. Her name is Asuka. She just won the Royal Rumble. She was in NXT for almost 2 years, undefeated, like 560-something straight days she held the title, and they couldn't take her out of NXT because she was doing so well. And the commissioner of NXT told Triple H, like, yo, if you take her out of here, NXT will fail. Like, we need to get some more stars in. And that's why she wasn't able to make the jump with the rest of them when they did, like, a year or two ago, all the girls. So now she's getting her chance. So it just sucks that somebody had to do that. And then all of a sudden you got Rousey who just comes right to the top.
Fun fact about wrestling. That's all we used to do when I was a really little kid. And when my brother was in preschool, he suddenly had the urge to start beating the living shit out of all of his preschool classmates, and the teachers said that we have to stop watching wrestling or he has to leave the school.
Who's Ryan?
Ryan, yeah.
I don't
And-
picture Ryan being aggressive.
Yeah, I know. Ryan is like, I don't understand.
Shout out Riven River.
He would beat up kids
That's my
in
dude.
school, and
Happy
then
belated
now
birthday.
I can't see him beating up
A fly.
anything. Yeah, he's like the most
I
gentle
can't even
person
see
in our
him
group.
beating up his meat and shit. But yeah, it's cool. And then you got the 7-man elimination chamber match for the see who's gonna fight Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. So that should be pretty cool. I'm excited about it. I gotta work that night, so shout out WWE Network.
Shout it out.
Can't go on Twitter or Instagram because they like to reveal things. So we got that coming up. What's up with this Circuit City thing? How do you know it's coming back?
That's a random thing I saw somewhere on the internet.
Jeff Bezos bringing it back?
Internet is never
That is
wrong.
true.
Yeah.
They don't know it's true. Like I'll put my
Is it
name
the
on it.
is it the same owners or somebody did they just buy the name?
I don't have details. I'm sure Best Buy's not happy, but it's coming back.
Best Buy
I think-
probably owns them now.
I think it's just the website to start, and then they're gonna take it from there. I could be wrong, but that's how I think it was.
That'd be pretty cool. And I saw
No,
that
Bezos is not bringing it back, by the way.
I saw that Jeff Bezos is now like the richest man in America.
Mm-hmm.
I shot out my boss, Jeff Bezos, over 100 billion net worth.
My boss.
Are you saying your boss's name correctly? I don't.
Jeff Bezos.
I thought it was
Bezos.
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 Is solar, what Elon Musk's company still doing that whole thing?
Elon Musk is for you guys who don't know, I do work for Whole Foods, which is now owned by Amazon, and Elon Musk did purchase an agreement with the solar energy company that he created to basically create energy for us at Whole Foods.
And I hope you're allowed to say that.
I'm allowed to say that.
No.
He probably likes it.
No. What is it?
Are you guys gonna sell the not a flamethrower at Whole Foods?
Yeah, the $600 non-flamethrower flamethrower. I'll buy it.
I
Hell
think that's
yeah.
Amazon exclusive.
So
Let me give a shout out though that Amazon did just announce a new program with Whole Foods that with their Amazon Prime Visa card, when you shop at Whole Foods,
What
you
are
do
you
get
doing?
5% back on your purchases. You're
Shout out
laughing,
Whole
but
Foods.
every,
Why
no,
are we
he's just
doing
laughing
this?
because all of a sudden you're like, yeah, let me take the opportunity to shout out this card.
this
for
is
my
a great
company.
deal.
Yeah, but did you get paid to announce this?
No,
or-
I'm gonna sign up
You
for
can
it.
get all the baby powder. And
Okay, I'm-
hydroxychloroquine.
I'm sorry,
Hold
go
on,
ahead.
Go back.
So Amazon has their own credit card. I think it's with Visa called Amazon Prime Visa card. And when you use it at Whole Foods, 5% of your purchases that you spend at Whole Foods now will be coming back to you. That you can that they're just gonna give you
wow.
back.
Okay.
So that's
Holy
to me
shit.
free money. So it's gonna be a big thing for Whole Foods and
Huge.
it's gonna increase revenue even more.
Huge.
So
How much
Huge.
cut? You get a cut from.
I get no cut.
Once this goes like viral,
I'm just a
and
happy
they hear it,
employee.
Chase is gonna get like bonuses and raises. He's gonna get promoted.
Oh, he's definitely getting a few extra slips with his name on it in that raffle
He
for
texted-
if I
like
get anything
Xboxes
bonus,
or whatever.
He texted
that's
Jeff.
a plus for me.
He texted Jeff and was like, "Yo, I'm going on my boy's podcast. What should I say?"
Hey, Publix,
said
we're coming
shit.
for you. That's all I'll say.
Ooh,
That's all I'll say.
shots
I have nothing to say.
fired.
Yeah, let's not talk about Publix.
Shots
It's not
fired.
even coming for you. I mean, they already came.
Yeah, we're here.
Hey, they're at your front door, Publix.
Walmart.
We're
coming
inside.
for
We're
you.
inside the house.
We're going for Walmart.
And I
How
just
many
hope
stores do
Walmart
you guys
dies.
have?
Who cares?
600-ish.
How many do you have?
Spartans.
Well over
You
1,000.
just gave up your hand. Kyle works at Publix, everybody.
Spartans.
I mean, I got Amazon.
We're
behind
still.
me.
I mean, Publix is still expanding up north. They're just doing it real slow.
Yeah, but I'd rather go to the Piggly Wiggly. Just saying.
That's
I have never been in a Piggly,
Piggly
Wiggly.
Wiggly.
I really want to go in a Piggly Wiggly because
They're like
my
Atlanta.
uncle used to work there and
Wawa.
he's told me
It's
some
not the
stories.
Piggly Wiggly.
No, but that's like.
That's
nothing
like
like it.
Wegmans.
Nothing like Wegmans
like
either.
Cumberland.
Like Cumberland Farms.
What is that? Aldi's?
No, Cumberland Farms is like that gas station on like 441 and like 18th Street.
Shout out
Sandalfoot.
Wawa.
Yeah, just
Shout out Wawa
Yeah,
though. I
Sandalfoot.
fucks with it heavy.
Wawa changed my life down here in South Florida. by the way.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shout
here
out
we
to
go.
Wawa by the crib.
See, I'm not a
Overlook
huge fan
441.
of their food though. Like it's nothing that
You
special.
know what is clutch
Let's
about
get a
Wawa?
Wawa sponsorship. Here we go.
You know what's clutch about Wawa? The free gas the free air they provide for the tires.
Oh yeah, that is clutch. If
True.
you need
Most
free air for
most
your
gas
tires.
stations will charge $1 to fill
Like a
your
minute.
tires with air.
Like a minute.
Yeah, and
What are
Wawa
we
it's
doing here? I don't know
completely
what we're
free.
doing.
Chase is just throwing out plugs, trying to get us some sponsors and shit. I'm all down for it. Dude.
Brand dropping.
What's
Shout
wrong
out
with
FATstats.
Wawa?
Let's get some content in here.
We talking about Wawa. You not a Wawa?
There's
guy?
time slots for this.
So I'll tell you a story about Wawa. I went there yesterday. I get an egg sandwich. I don't like it cut in half, but they don't have an option on the screen to put, "Hey, don't cut in half." But the ladies behind the counter, they know me, and they just don't cut it in
They
half.
That's
know
sad.
him.
So,
It's a really good story.
does it change the flavor? Or?
No, I just like it whole because I put chips on it, and then it's like I have one sandwich instead of two little ones. And then when I have two little ones, I don't feel like I've eaten a lot. If I got like a big one, I'm like, yeah,
Is that what? Is that why
What
they
are
know you?
6?
yeah.
Is that why they know you? Because you have such a special order.
Yeah,
there?
well, no, it's not special. It's just an egg white omelet or an egg omelet, no
You just said
cheese,
chips
cut in
on
half.
there.
I put the chips on it my
Ah.
fucking self, Michael.
I
Fire.
feel like they definitely. would
Lay's?
Shout
do
out
it.
hers.
Plain Lay's?
Hers.
Oh.
They used to have the Utz. Utz was my shit. I'm a big chip guy, chip connoisseur. I like all junk food.
How can you be a chip connoisseur? You eat one flavor of chip.
Right. That's all you need. You need multiple flavors.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, you could say whatever you want to say. Speaking of just saying, what's up with the Lake Show, Chase? I know you're a big Lake Show fan.
BBB. I mean, I took this year off basically. It's a rebuilding year. So.
You took it off?
I didn't-
He's
let me-
having,
let me
he's
correct
having
that.
a baby. Are you excited? Lonzo.
Good for
Saw
him.
it on Instagram today.
Really, I didn't see
Yeah.
that.
He's
Who's the baby
actually
mama?
pregnant?
I don't know, some chick.
Some
What were you
chick.
gonna say, Chase?
I don't know. I don't know her personally. I'm
What were
not
you
really
about to
that
say?
interested. It was more of a joke.
Chase?
So it's a joke.
You didn't take this year off.
They look like a happy couple.
Who cares?
Let's be honest. I've taken the past couple years since Kobe retired off.
I mean, I would have taken Kobe's last 3 years off too.
He's,
Except for that
he's
60.
secretly a Warriors
Except
fan.
that 60 last game.
Yeah. Somebody was selling bags of air for like $8,000. You guys remember that? That shit was great. And then I wanted, like, when the Pope came, I wanted to sell Papal air.
Look, well, we've won enough games that we're not going to get a top 5 lottery pick. So
Just so I was all this whole talk about like the NBA doing different things and stuff. I saw this thing that like Adam Silver's really pissed at Mark Cuban for like letting them tank, saying that they're gonna tank. So some analysts were bringing up an idea that it should be the same percentage of chance to get the number 1 pick that the worst record has, and then the team that was like the closest to making the playoffs, like the 14th team or the 15th team or whatever it is. And the first team, like you have the same chances of getting the number 1 pick, and that would prevent teams from tanking because you could lose all those games and you still might get the 15th pick.
they've had so many ideas on tanking and how to fix it.
I just think that if a team is tanking, you should make like they automatically out of the lottery. They're the first pick out of the lottery.
Well, I mean, what's the
How can you-
difference? What's the difference in them tanking and them playing regularly? They've been trashed for how long
But
now?
here's the deal: is like, but if you're trying your hardest, well, the Mavs have been like he literally came out and said, "No,
Yeah.
we're tanking this year." Like nobody's ever fucking said that. Usually people say that usually you're tanking excuses. Oh well, we got a lot of young guys. We want to see what they can provide and bring to the table. Any movable pieces, or prepare for our future. That's the tanking word. Not, hey guys, our best options to tank, and that's what the owner told the players. Literally in the midst of people talking about telling women they're gonna get gangbanged tonight and shit.
Is that what happened?
Yeah. Some dude the team president was at the lunch table with like a writer and was like, hey, I know what you're doing tonight. And she's like, yeah, I'm going to go get some wine with my friends and watch a movie. And he's like, nah, you're going to get gangbanged. No, I know, you're getting gangbanged.
Nice. Real nice.
And now everybody's like putting on Mark
Yeah,
Cuban.
and Mark Cuban, because Mark Cuban like vouched for the guy at first. And now Mark Cuban, so I was watching the Lebatard show today, and they like Mark Cuban's one of those dudes that they say who has like fuck you money. Like I was telling Mike, he cursed at an event one time, and they fined him $15,000. He's like, did I just get fucking fined for fucking cursing? Are you fucking kidding me? This is fucking bullshit. Fuck this, fuck that, fuck that. They're like, dude, you just racked up like $100,000. He's like, I'll keep going if y'all want more money. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't care. Like, he wanted to give money to charity. But, like, he has that fuck you kind of money. But then, like, on the Lebatard show today, they said that, like, this is the first time he's actually scared. Because they watched Donald Sterling get a team taken away from him, and now he's afraid that his team might be taken
Well,
away
look, he has.
Bob, I'm sure you know better than anybody. What's Mark Cuban's net worth? Do you know?
billion.
I don't know.
Billions.
He's a billionaire.
Mike,
Well, billion. It's a billionaire
Well, he
doesn't
comes from
necessarily
tech
mean. Was it
monies.
like 10, 20 billion, or what are we talking here? 1
He was
billion?
with Yahoo and
He sold his sports.
Yeah. What was it? Broadcast or
Streaming.
something?
Streaming
It's called, like,
network.
broadcast or whatever?
So
Oh, okay.
Mark Cuban's net worth is 3.7 billion.
So
Yeah, that's
Shark Tank.
he's not NFL owner.
Bezos is like
Yeah. But no. But
He's not on Bezos'
But Mark
fucking
Cuban-
neighborhood.
Bezos
Mark-
123.6.
Jesus.
I think it's higher than that.
But Mark Cuban is also like the richest owner in the NBA. Google who the richest owner in the NBA is, Mike.
Without even
Nets.
Googling, it's probably Paul Allen, owner of the
Brooklyn Nets guy, I
Trailblazers.
thought.
No, it is the guy for the Trailblazers. Wasn't
does
he
he
Mike?
do?
No, is it Steve
He
Ballmer?
was the co-founder of Microsoft.
No, Steve
Oh,
Ballmer
sorry, I'm
is
bad
the
with
Clippers.
names.
It could be Steve Ballmer.
Wasn't he the co-founder of Microsoft?
It's some Microsoft dude.
Steve
I
Ballmer
know
was the
he's the
co-founder.
CEO.
Paul
he's the
Allen
founder.
also owns the Seahawks. He owns the Trailblazers.
Yeah, but I think Shad Khan is like the richest sports owner.
I thought it was the Nets
Sean
guy.
Connery.
Sean Connery.
Mikhail Prokhorov?
Yeah.
Prokhorov? I thought he sold them.
Sean Connery owns a sports team.
Who?
007?
Who said he owned a sports team?
You
That's
just
my
did.
dude.
I didn't say that.
He
Chase
said
heard it
Sean
too.
Brokaw.
Mikhail Prokhorov.
We both heard Sean Connery. So.
What's the verdict, Mike?
No, this is 2015.
Mike,
No net worth changes minute to minute here.
it's just stupid.
Well, Bezos
Well,
made
I'm
like
gonna Google it now
$35
because Michael's
billion
not doing the
in
richest-
like 3
And
months
then
or
next
something like that.
tomorrow he
NBA.
could lose
richest
billions.
NBA.
No, I'm
owner.
just that's crazy. I read that and I was blown away.
Okay, the richest NBA owner, Steve Ballmer, then Paul Allen, then Philip on Mickey Arison, Stan Kroenke,
Carnival.
Shad Khan. Oh no, these are just
Sean
sports
Connery.
owners. Okay, Steve Ballmer's 33.6, Paul Allen's 20.6. He owns the Seahawks and the Trailblazers. Philip Onschutz, his team's worth $12.6 billion. He owns the LA Kings and the LA Galaxy. Wow, the Heat are worth Mickey Harrison's worth $9.4 billion.
Can we talk about what Mikhail Prokhorov does actually? Because it's kind of shady.
What does he do?
Is that the Kings guy?
Nah,
That's the Nets guy, and he's from Russia, and it's real shady. You're owing, but I mean,
So talk about it.
I mean,
What do you got for me?
mob connections. Let's start there.
Who doesn't have mob
whatever.
connections?
He's got.
Russian mob. that
Hey, but
is.
1% of a billion is more than anybody's ever seen, according to Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, but
Oh, speaking of Jay-Z, I saw today on Twitter.
Here we go.
He racked up that $80,000.
90.
Well, that was after the tip.
You got to count the tip.
That's the issue. I saw on Twitter.
then he only tipped
He racked up like
$10,000.
$74,000 on bottles, and some chick was complaining that he didn't give 20%. I think I did the math, and it came out to like
4%.
like maybe 11 or 12% he
If
gave.
he gave her 90, but I mean, it's
But I mean,
If you're
seriously,
complaining about
you're
a 10K tip,
Kill
I'm
yourself.
sorry.
Bro,
Yeah.
Kill yourself.
All they did was bring a champagne bottle that cost like $10,000. It's one bottle that costs
they
that much
brought like
money.
5 of them over
You're
there.
doing so much work. You're doing so much work so much more than somebody that works at Chili's and they get what? A $10 tip sometimes, and you're gonna complain about getting an $11,000 tip? That really
annoys
ground my
me.
gears this afternoon.
That annoys me.
Yeah.
I like it.
Thank you. Shout out Family Guy.
You know what really grinds my gears? But that's crazy, man. I didn't read that. People started to stop being so fucking selfish, man. You went into work and then you just got $10,000. Like, calm your fucking tits.
And I'm sure he was given cash on top of that too.
And he probably gave the tip in cash too, not even on like a card or something. Like, you know what I mean?
Who do you think in sports is a bad tipper?
Well, LaShawn McCoy. Oh, they say that Damian Lillard's like Damian Lillard himself
real
said
cheap,
he's
yeah.
the cheapest person alive. Like
They said he still has an iPhone 5 and it's all cracked and he refuses to get a new
No,
iPhone.
he has an
Bobby?
iPod. He has an iPod, and the only way to listen to it is it has to be plugged in, or else it doesn't hold power. He has an old school. No, like the 4-button one.
Oh.
Like,
oh.
yeah, something like that, or like that kind.
Well, that one,
old
if I
school.
take that off, it'll die right away.
He said on the Levitar show that he'll park like 10, 15 minutes away from a place if it's free parking and he doesn't have to pay $5 for valet or something.
Good for
That's
him.
how rich people stay rich, baby.
But
Good
then
for
he
him.
said he buys a lot of cars and shit.
That's not how rich people stay rich. Terrible investment.
Maybe he spends all his money making music. Doesn't he rap?
Him and Bell.
There you go.
I actually just watched a video the other day of Chad Ochocinco. I think he was at Chili's. No,
Oh, he's a good tipper.
yeah. He
Oh,
his bill was
Applebee's.
his bill was
He
like
just kept hitting the
$30, and he gave her like a $320 tip or something like that.
He's like, when's it gonna stop? And she's like, it won't. He's like, all right, whenever my finger gets tired. And she's like, the lady's like, sir, are you sure you want to do this? And he's like, I told you until my finger gets
She didn't
tired.
believe he was actually gonna hit finish and pay.
And then he like kept hitting it. Like the tab was like $32, and he ended up paying like $374 and then signed it. And like the lady was like freaking out.
But he's team frugal though.
Do you think she knew who he was?
no, because she was like, sir, you don't have to do that. Come on, sir.
I mean, how much money do you think he has?
A lot.
He's someone that I would seem like would go through his money real fast.
But I feel like not. He
No,
eats
team frugal.
McDonald's.
He buys it like Old
Right.
Navy and stuff like that.
But then you hear stories about him giving these kind of tips.
That, but yeah, he just does things like that. But then he goes to the like. I feel like he had a lot of endorsement deals. He had a lot of things going on in Cincinnati. He probably still makes money doing things.
Well, an esports gamer. Isn't he good at FIFA?
You know what? He does talk about FIFA a lot. He might get some kind
He
of.
always tries to give people that work in FIFA.
I know you tried to play do like a Twitch episode playing FIFA.
Oh, are you gonna challenge him anytime soon, or are you
I'll
still
challenge him
pussing
right
out on
now.
that?
Right now.
Trick Daddy challenged people to Words with Friends when it first came out. And I played a game with him, and he quit in the last round because I was destroying him.
By the way, Chad, if you do
Chase's
hear this,
brother?
Michael wants to whoop that ass. So
In FIFA.
3-0 at halftime, you'll be down.
Let me give
Oh.
a shout out
Here
to
we
the
go.
worst tipper of all time, Mr. Pink.
Shout out, Mr. Pink.
who didn't put in the dollar?
Why do I gotta be
Sorry,
Mr.
Mr.
Pink?
Pink.
Did I put that? Did I get that right?
Why can't I be Mr. White? Because he's Mr. White. That was a great. I got Madonna's Big Dicks in one ear and Toby Chang in the other ear. Great movie. Rest in peace, Chris Penn.
One of the best opening scenes for me.
Quint.
One of my favorites.
Pulp is his best, bar none, hands down.
I could argue Inglorious Bastards.
I wasn't just saying Quint. I was saying Reservoir Dogs is one of my favorite openings to a movie I've ever seen.
You realize he has like similar openings in all of
Yes.
his movies.
Yes.
Similar. Simila. Oh, similar.
Lengthy
looking
dialogue.
To like
openings.
speculate.
That's why he's the GOAT.
Speculation. Similar speculation.
Whoa!
Nah, he's up there. He's top 3.
Him, Marty, and
PTA
Stanley.
maybe?
Stanley.
Coobs.
Can't forget about the Coopster. Have you ever seen The Killing?
Possibly.
A
Dr.
horse racing
Strangelove?
one?
No, I've been meaning to watch that.
That's his crowning achievement.
Okay.
Then Clockwork Orange.
The Shining.
The Killings is really good. So is Paths of Glory. It's a good one. And makes good movies.
Most underrated for me is Eyes Wide Shut.
It's pretty
Didn't
good.
didn't Corey get that tattooed on his arm?
Yes, I believe so.
Dutch cover or some shit. Whack.
What's the is it 8mm? Is that the one that he was talking about, that they actually throw like a alive baby through windows and they're really shooting real bullets in the movie?
Oh, I don't know.
8.5 or 8mm, whatever.
No,
it's
8.5 is that Federico Fellini movie where he has like a dream because he can't make a movie.
One of those maddening endings of
Yeah.
any movie I've ever seen.
One of the craziest things. Like, I want to rewatch like movies like that. 400 Blows. Amarcord.
Them Criterions.
Yeah. What else? What else was that? The La Strada. Strada was a good one, man.
I don't know any of those.
La Strada. I forget the girl's
Well-
name. She's in a lot of Federico Fellini movies, but she's it's called The Road. She plays like a clown in a circus.
Well, when I first knew Keith, he was basically a film buff, historian.
I still like a lot of movies, man. I just don't watch as many as I used to. Amarcord's that shit.
Fellini.
For
Like
a
Fellini.
while, I was taking in as many movies as I could. Now I'm basically on shows. The character development on shows is far superior. So
Well, yeah, because you're talking about you have a span of
yeah,
4 to 7 years to develop a character,
Right.
opposed to you 30 minutes to
Right.
fall in love with this guy and make sure that you're gonna ride with him for the next hour and a half.
hence my transition to.
No, I get it. But there's just like a lot of classic movies. Like there's another one I want to see by Breathless. I really like that movie too. That was a good movie.
Jean-Luc Godard.
Yeah, Jean-Luc Godard. I really like that movie a lot.
I haven't seen it.
Since we're talking about a bunch of random shit that a lot of people aren't gonna, can we discuss our problems with the with HQ? Because I thought all of us were smart until we started playing.
Dude, that game is
It's hard as shit,
retardedly
man.
hard, bro. Bro,
I
they
don't
had
understand.
Like, there was like 6 Savage Mode questions.
we'll
the last
run
game.
through a Jeopardy episode, and I'm
I
out on the 4th question like every time.
Yeah, but like last week I was out on like the 3rd question, but I knew the other answers.
Right, and I feel like
Right, yeah, I mean,
And it
yeah, I
just
do that
sucks,
too.
and it's like,
So I stopped.
fuck.
I stopped watching the continuation. Like after I lose, I'm out
Yeah,
because
me too.
it pisses me
Except
off
for
that I know
last
the
time
answer.
I was watching it because I was here, my hands were dirty, and like literally after I got eliminated, it was 4 Savage questions.
And you knew them all.
No, like where like more than half the people
Oh,
get
yeah.
eliminated. There was 4 of them, and I was like, holy shit.
and how many people won?
Oh, like
Probably still over 100.
Well,
12,000.
They
The,
got
the
10
one that I got wrong
100.
today, 400,000 people also got wrong.
Well, I didn't do it this morning. I was sleeping at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, I missed.
Comes back on in 45 minutes.
This morning at 3:00,
Yeah, I was taking a nap. I just got back from Waffle House with Vince.
Michael and Bobby refused to sign up and play. And you don't even have to sign up; you just download it.
I want that free life, Michael.
Vince
No.
gets it because he asked me first.
I'm sorry.
He did.
Yeah, I signed up
you
to
live,
Vince's.
You live 30 feet
Yeah, but
away
Vince
from
asked
me.
him first.
Nah, I get that life, baby.
Do you remember when Ryan said that he sent a picture to us with his code and he never did?
He sent me a free gas.
Yeah.
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 My sister sent me another
I
one. I've
signed
gotten
up for
4
that.
of those. Everybody in my family has sent that to me.
I want
except
free gas.
Kylie. So
I think I deleted that app.
What, the free
You
gas?
should.
The free gas app.
Older.
She's in
It wasn't worth saving
7th
3
grade
cents.
now, I think. No, 6th grade. I don't even know. There's too many of them.
So how long until his HQ falls off?
Um,
How much longer are you giving it?
Well, I did get to question 9 one time last Friday, and I was so close to the money, but
why not play it? It's fun.
No, I mean,
and
it's
it's
good.
free money.
Yeah, it's good fun.
That
but
dude's just annoying as shit.
I mean,
He's
it-
no, he. I mean, he's,
Numero, humero, unero.
He has eyeliner, right?
Scotty.
did you
Scott
see the picture that I
Rogowski.
sent of? I sent a picture of him. It was on Instagram.
Just
I think it was maybe.
to be cool.
Well, he was standing on a subway reading a book about like
Oh, that's him?
improving. Yeah, it was Scott. I recognized him. I was like,
Whoa.
wait, that is
He's
Scott.
part of Barstool.
or reading
No.
the ass book. The
Yeah.
ass
No,
city
bro,
book?
he's
I didn't
got
want to say.
different
I didn't
ones.
want to say
You can
Barstool.
say- Oh,
I was trying not to
you
say
can say it,
Barstool
whatever.
comp. You know. No, it
Shout
was a
out
picture.
Barstool.
His
a picture
Twitter
of him
name
on
is-
a packed subway,
I didn't know that was him.
reading a book about
That's what you guys
improving
were
your
like,
ass
Scott.
eating.
Oh,
Yeah.
Scott's crazy, bro. I've seen he's got like other books too, like crazier ones too. Like, like, how do I know I'm gay if I like it in the ass or something? Like, I've seen like him with like crazy books like that in different places, and people just like giving him death stares.
That was the point,
No,
according
I
according
know.
to Vince.
No,
that's his
it's a
point.
joke. Yeah, he just stands in the subway just to gain people's reactions.
I don't know. I just saw the picture and I was like, that looks like Scott. Holy shit, that is Scott. That's funny as hell.
Fucking Scotty. He just tries so hard to be funny, and he's
He's
just
way
so
better
boring.
than the other, like the two women that go back and forth.
Oh, I didn't know there was any women.
I thought there was just the one.
So you never play.
I've played
No,
like
there's
three,
there's
played
two.
like 3 times.
There's been 2 different women,
I'm there
and
for
they're
the
both
money.
they're both bores. Their jokes are not funny. I don't know if they have the same joke writer or what, but maybe it's just their delivery.
Probably their
they're-
delivery.
I can't wait till you win and you have to put in your
Bank account and
confidential
I'm
Yo,
not a fan.
Vince.
So Chase sent a picture. How did you find that, by the way? Whoever keeps winning wins constantly because they racked up $6,000 to my 0.
It's probably a
Well,
bot.
all you have to do is go to leaderboards and click all time.
I don't know. I always
probably
I-
a bot.
It's HQ time. Click join. I'm out. I'm gone. I don't really explore.
Look, HQ, it's free. I don't know how they make money.
Shout out Chase for setting all these things.
As long as it's free, I'll probably keep playing for the foreseeable future.
Chase, stay plugging people.
Hey, it's free. Free money. I don't have to give anything.
I mean, yeah, somebody's already won $6,000.
$6,034. Casey Donahue.
Nice.
Sounds like a bot.
Shout out Casey.
Yeah, but he probably took him like 2 years to win it. $10 a day.
I've been playing for what, a month now, 3 weeks, and I've won $0.
You did
because
put me
you're
on it.
ass.
I'll
How
give
many
you
games of
credit.
Fortnite have you won?
Thank you. I've played Fortnite twice.
And you didn't win any.
No, I got really close.
Fortnite,
Yeah.
you don't win money
Yeah.
for winning.
My brother's really good.
At Foreskin?
He wins basically every time he plays. So
John
Fuck
Miver?
that game.
John, yeah.
He's still playing video games heavy, huh?
Very
Yeah,
close to the television.
Very
still,
much
right?
so.
Like as far as I am
I-
from the microphone to the TV still?
Surprised he
No,
has a girlfriend.
I've been trying to.
He
I
should
think-
get. He should get. On
Oh, he's got a girlfriend?
No, I
Oh,
think they
then
broke up.
Oh, rest in peace.
Sorry,
Is he
John.
on Twitch?
No. He's thought about. I've tried to get him to go on Twitch or try to become like. I've asked him like, why don't you play Call of Duty like, in the what are the pro in the pro levels? And he was like, I
Is
don't
he
really
good?
feel like it. Yeah, he's pretty good. He
Better than
dies a
you?
lot, but it's because
Yeah.
he kind of just runs into rooms.
I'll
better
take
than
the
you?
Papas over him and COD.
Oh, I mean, Michael's
Ooh.
better. Michael used to be better.
Michael
So Mike and,
Michael's
Vinny
ass
versus, Mike and
now.
Vinny versus Kyle and Ryan, 2v2 in COD. Who's winning?
I'm putting my
Yeah.
money on the Papas.
Yeah.
Mike was about to say, is that even a question?
Yeah,
bro?
it's
That's
definitely-
literally
What?
coming out of Mike's mouth,
It's
bro.
definitely Michael. I mean, Michael's really good, but like when
Speaking of video games,
Modern Warfare 2, Michael was
Speaking of video
insane.
games, I'm gonna
Two
shout
nukes
out
per
Two
game.
Face.
Yeah. By the way, Michael used to pull down 2
Hold
nukes
on.
a game.
I'm gonna shout out Two Face when we talk about video games.
How do you pull out 2 nukes a game when 1 nuke ends the game?
You.
He never dropped
You
it.
don't
he just
drop
kept
the first
fucking
one. You get
shooting
another
people.
one, then you drop it, and then you still have the other one left.
GG.
Okay, so check this out.
Wasn't there a game where you were like like domination? You had like 200 kills to like 3 deaths or some shit.
That's a lot. Maybe.
All right, so
Possible.
So we were playing one day. We were at this kid Corey's house, and a friend of ours, Two Face.
That was Michael's house.
A friend of ours, Two Face, was over there. We were playing
Don't shake
Madden,
your head.
and he acted like he never played Madden before, and it was his turn to play Vince. So Vince was acting all cocky and stuff, and Vince was playing with like the Cowboys, and this is back when like the Cowboys were like really good in like 2007, 2008, around that time. And Jordan came out with the Bills with like J.P. Lossman as their quarterback. He's just like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. And next thing you know, he was up 21-0 on Vince with like 1 minute left in the first.
Two-Face was a god.
So then like 3 weeks later, we're at Mike's old house when he lived in Winston. And we're playing Guitar Hero. And Jordan's over. And he's like, oh, what's this game? I've never played this before. And
He
somebody's
picked
like,
the
"Oh, it's
hardest
Guitar
song.
Hero." And they're like, all right. He's like, so what song are we going to play? And they're like, yo, play this one. It's easy. So he goes up and hits Through the Fire and Flames. And then he goes like, all right. And he meant to put it like, he was like trying to go on easy. Flips it up to like extremely hard or whatever. Somebody's like, dude, you went to the hardest one. He's like, huh? Turned around and hit 100 straight fucking notes without looking at the television.
That's Through the Fire and the Flames.
Yeah, with the hard,
No, dead ass.
Real life.
He straight up turned around, was like, huh?
Am I
And just
doing this
completely
right?
looked away. He was
Guys,
he played the whole song,
what is
not
going
looking.
wrong? And like literally, for literally the first 100 notes of the song, then he turned around, and I think he might have missed 1 or 2 of them, not looking at the fucking television. Insane, man. I used to play a lot of video games. I might go get a PlayStation soon so I can play with y'all boys.
Beatles Rock Band was probably my favorite.
Yeah, that shit was fun at Vince's.
I was so excited to play that, and when I tried to sing, I was so off pitch.
Vince was like the best singer. Corey thought that he was good at it, but he was horrible. Horrible. Huge. Also, speaking of
You guys
huge,
know Corey, right?
Speaking of huge, talk about the president. Talk about
Very divisive.
Just want to talk about
conversation.
Douglas real quick, man. Shit sucked over there, bro. Shit should never happen like that. Shit's close to home to us too. We're in Coconut Creek. It's literally miles away from where we live. It's just a tragedy, man. That shit should never happen. And when it's so close to home like that, I feel like it hits and hurts a little bit more than if it was somewhere else. It always hurts, but I feel like these kids are doing something about it. And I don't know maybe if this is what happens in all the other communities when school shootings like this happen, but these kids are going on the news and they're in the White House and they're fucking talking to Trump and they're on, CNN and fucking everything's everywhere. So they shut down the fucking roads yesterday so these kids could walk miles. Like 4 hours these kids were walking to Douglas just to show their support. So that's what's up, man. I don't think they should arm the fucking teachers. That's a dumb fucking idea. Just make it harder to get fucking guns. Fuck the NRA.
All I can think about is some teacher who's, he's pissed off every day. He's given up on life. He probably had too much to drink that morning, and then some little asshole pisses him off, and he's like, you know what? Fuck it. Bang.
What's up, Mr. Fuckboy?
Look,
Just
Bop,
pulls the trigger on some kid out of frustration. That's all I can
Good
think
idea,
about.
Donnell.
they want these teachers to shape the futures of these kids. They want them to carry guns. They want them to protect them from school shooters. They only want to pay them $40,000.
Give them more monies.
Yes.
Like, how are you gonna have a teacher?
They're already
A
underpaid.
teacher
Our
is
friend
teaching somebody to be a
said
doctor.
today. Our friend said today on Twitter that if they try to tell her that she has to carry a gun, she's quitting on the spot.
No.
So
They but like they're the ones who like teach people how to be all these things, and then they're the ones who are making the least amount of money. Like a teacher, somebody has to teach somebody how to become a fucking doctor, but then the doctors are gonna make hundreds of thousands of dollars, while the person who taught them how to do everything is making pennies.
Teachers are vastly underpaid.
it should make it probably at least 100 a year.
Support the troops, pay the teachers. It's plain and simple,
We can get behind that.
What, the $100,000 a year?
Well,
Because
think
I know
100
I thought about
grand,
being a
man.
history teacher at one point,
Not $100,000, bro.
but to deal with all
Teachers-
those little
teachers
punk
should-
ass kids for
teachers at
$35 a year.
Minimum at first, at starting out, teachers should start out at about 40. Start out, and then within 2 or 3 years, you should be at like 45, and then within 10 years, you should be at like $55,000. That's a lot of money.
Well, $55,000 to educate hundreds of kids every year.
Yeah. Find another profession. It's not always about
I can
the money.
make I can make way
But
more
like,
than that at
they
my
get 3
job,
months
and I don't
off a
have to
year,
worry about
Kyle.
Yeah, but
educating
you also
children.
get 3 months off a year, dude. So that's
mean,
that's
yeah,
my
okay.
that's the thing I
Teachers,
don't
though.
like about it. Like, I know
Okay, well
people
then
who are
shouldn't that
teachers
be
who are
more money?
But teachers are complaining like, oh, we only get paid, $40,000 to do this. I get paid $40,000 to work fucking 5 days a week, 12 months out of the fucking year, 52 weeks a year. They get 4H12. They get like 13 weeks off out of the year, and they still make the same money. In that time, they can
Right,
go get
but
like
they're
a little
also
side job, do some
educating
other
our
things.
they're educating our children, and then they have to go and get another job for
They
3
educated
months.
me.
We also got to think about it too. Is they work the regular
Listen, I
school.
think they
listen,
deserve more
yeah,
money.
but they
I'm not
work.
saying they don't.
They work their school hours also. Then also after school hours, they create paperwork. They do other things on top of that
Half the
for
time,
their job.
Half the time, their supplies are coming out of their own pocket. too.
Yeah, true.
Look, we all agree teachers should be paid
Vastly
more.
underpaid.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they don't deserve
Well,
to be paid more.
$20,000, I would say that it's not vast. You're a little low there.
20,000 is a good amount.
Extra?
Yeah.
But you don't-
Not saying,
I would say I
That's
would
an
say a
extra
teacher
$5,000 every
a
2
teacher with
weeks.
high
What are you
scores
talking about?
who does everything right and they're a phenomenal teacher deserves probably at least 75
Bro,
to
you're
100
talking
a
about
year.
an extra $1,000.
not all
every
teachers
2
are the
weeks.
same.
Right. I'm saying if you prove yourself as a teacher, you're educating the future of our planet. Like why would you make shit money all the time? It's stupid.
But
Especially now, if we're going to be arming our teachers. What teacher is going to sign up to
we're
be
not
a
arming the
fucking
teachers, bro. It's fucking stupid. It's not
paramilitary
gonna
and a teacher for that little bit of money?
happen. We're not
You'd be
doing
surprised.
We're not
Prob-
doing that. But listen, I just want to say, it sucks what happens. We'll see what happens with all this backlash with all these kids and everything. And we'll see. Like it just like I said, it sucks that it's so close to home, and it hits a little bit harder when you know people and families that you know from like work and stuff or whatever that have been affected by it. It should never happen again, and I feel bad for all the victims and everything. Thoughts and prayers really don't do much anymore. We just need to take action. And on that note, we're gonna end it here. That was the 4th episode, guys. I want to thank you all for listening. Shout out to our guest today, Chase. Chase, you got any final words for the people?
I just want to appreciate you guys for having me, and I look forward to coming back.
Can't wait to have you back. Mikey, anything to say?
Peace out.
Carlito?
What Michael said.
Bobby?
I'm on.
Y'all have it. Good one. Y'all take it easy. Represent. Come back. Episode 5. We'll see what happens. Maybe James and Vinny will be back. Maybe Alec will be here. Maybe we'll talk a little Wayne. Find out soon on the Go Fick Yourself podcast. Sex.
They said, fuck it. I'm walking.